And I came from Haiti, and I don't know about you, but to me, it never felt like school ever ended. School never ended. 6/17/2023. I don't care to have the Academy recognize me. Keep your awards. This has always been life for me. My teachers weren't just the ones locked in the zone of little learning. Gym class looked like walking the halls, dodging my siblings, parents. Gym class was lonely adventures going in the woods where others wouldn't be. Math was all the shopping trips I was always told, we don't have the money. The groups I would need to be placed in because if I walk to, we don't have enough room. Math was remembering I needed two socks, two shoes, two laces, but one body to still have an experience worthwhile. History was every day. I could never skip that. Some history classes I'd never left bed. Some was how many times I have avoided school. Then the wars against socializing, the wars against hygiene, the wars against leaving the places I felt safe. History has always been my favorite class, even though I repeat many lessons. Science was always, what happens when I do this? Where does this lead to? Why are they mad at me? What did I do? The good I'll mess around and either feel the ground, if not, feel grounded. I didn't know any better, so I had to be my own example. Bad, good, depends on my advisor. English was an everyday battle trying to paint a clear picture with words. Some conversations I couldn't keep within the lines. Some were because they didn't have a good mind. Some were riddled with more questions than actual listening. Sometimes they say tomato and mean apple. Sometimes they say, be yourself, then visibly cringe. Rejection 101 turned into a bachelor degree with a minor in avoidance tactics. Foreign languages sucked. On top of English, I learned back talking, sass, smart assery, scattered wording. Guess what is on my mind? Tell them enough, but not too much. Drama, well, that is my whole entire existence. The cafeteria couldn't always feed me. Being able to visit other homes with more resources than the one I came from, less mouths to feed, the ability to be good company has allowed me to obtain some great assets. I just try not to stick out so sorely. I am an orphan. Of course, I don't expect you to love me, tolerate me, care for me. My birth family got rid of me. No reasons to my knowledge. It could be heartfelt, true love caring about my well being. I didn't grow up in a fairy tale. I would assume the worst because things typically were bad. My overly active mind has always seen worse. I would laugh when reality hits. It was never what I created. In some places, I am told to stretch more, loosen up, be happy, be free. In other places, I am told to minimize my existence, tighten up, don't show much range. Same advisors, changed minds. Many supervisors holding different reins. Knowing who held the most power in the domain was a struggle for me. Do what you want. Heard constantly. Corrected, criticized, boot camp to their form of training. To keep the peace at the places I am visiting, I better follow the rules that aren't always stated. Not always easy to identify from view. Not always the same with a bigger audience. Scene changes quickly. Not always told what we are on next. Learn from my mistakes to stay flexible. If I didn't know, I am sorry. If I didn't know, I'm sorry. If I forgot, I'm sorry. If I accidentally did something, I am sorry. I learned to apologize verbally and in gift giving, as well as avoidance. The air always felt different. I could feel tension, joy, bitterness, lust, all without mustering a word. Things have always been intense for me. Learned early on to only question things where questions can be asked safely. Sometimes only in my head. Sometimes blurted out accidentally. Sometimes lock and key. Certain thoughts will never be released. I learned more ways to please others than I learned to love myself. Some words I learned to say so quickly, it almost seems like a reflex. Other words don't always seem to hold weight to me. Important words feel light. My thoughts make conveying creative messages come off heavy. I just speak from the war zone that is my brain. For the longest time, I didn't know who I was outside of someone's view. School never felt like something that started and ended for me. Every day, every hour, sometimes every second, a class was in session. Manners, disrespect, shade, protection, incognito, fasting, caretaking, all these things from 4 to 13. 3,385 days around the clock. School didn't stop. Classes changed more. The more I grasped, the more I became aware. The less I started to care. The less places and fields I had to explore. Still had plenty more. Still no PhD in any of the things I learned. Still hit my 10,000 hours on things that don't hand out honors. I didn't do it for no Academy Award. I didn't do it to get people to like me. I didn't even do it because I always wanted to. When the game started, my memory was wiped, and I was given tasks with riddled tips.